So I am live right now, and yeah, so excited to be talking to you on this early date in January, and feeling just so filled with excitement and positivity for this new year, in spite of a lot of very challenging things that have been happening personally in my own life, and also, a lot of very challenging things that are happening in our world, which, you can't put your head, bury our heads in the sand. We have to um, know what is going on and then still find a way to elevate ourselves and to raise ourselves and to contribute to the vision that you can create of your life, and the life that you would like for the people in your life, our world, our planet. And this 2024, I have just been wrestling this last few days with, putting my uh, plan together, my blueprint together for this year. And that means, on all the different fronts, the financial front, the emotional front, the relationship front, the health and well-being, the creativity, and so on and so forth, the different categories. And yeah, it's taken quite a bit of time to kind of get things into the right shape. And finally, I think that things are falling into place. And I'm so excited because I can really see it. And I feel so excited. I just feel like, wow, really, yeah, that it's close, that it's coming. And that doesn't mean that, if you're watching this and you are wanting to manifest something in your life and you feel uh, a bit down in the dumps maybe, and you're thinking, oh God, it'll never happen, I've tried it before and it never happens, then just remember that whatever the feelings are that you're going through right now, they're what you need to go through in order to reach the goal that you are striving to reach. And so there are methods that are scientifically proved that will lead to an acceleration of manifesting the life that you want. And I'm kind of motivated today because I've been looking around at what some of the other teachers of manifesting are teaching, and I'm realizing that this is how I've lived my life. This is what I've done all my life without necessarily consciously understanding. There is nothing that I have ever not been able to achieve that I have wanted to achieve. And it's, I reckon people say, oh gosh, Lorraine, she's a force of nature. She's, amazing. She's blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. But, I have been on this path. I have consciously been doing these processes actually for years and years and years. And this is how I went from, for example, I had started out on a career in psychology when I was in my 20s. And when I got to 24, I was teaching psychology, and I realized, no, this is not me. I don't want to be an academic. I don't want to be, involved with as a social worker. That's not me. What is my purpose? What is my purpose? And I've just completed writing a book actually about this called The Courage to Follow Your Heart, with an album of music that goes with it. And that journey describes how I came to realize actually what I do want to do, and then how I went on to do it. And that was, I, at that time, decided I want to sing. And I went from being penniless, sleeping on a mat on the floor in Manila, in the Philippines, which is where I was living there, to performing nightly playing the piano and singing at the Savoy Hotel in London. That was 6 years. And I was not a musician. I was not a singer. Yes, there was music in my family, and I had definitely a lot of natural talent. And if you come to me for help, that's one of the things that we would explore, is how to get you in alignment with, because the chances are that the thing that you are good at is also going to be the thing that is your passion. Mostly that is the case. And quite often that thing has been buried deep down in our childhood for whatever reason. And that's how it was with me. That's why I ended up doing a bachelor's in psychology, training in psychology and in sociology, and teaching psychology, because my purpose had been so deeply buried within me, I didn't know what it was. As soon as I realized, I started using manifesting techniques, because I don't know what it was about me, but I was always interested in how to do things as quickly as possible and as easily as possible. So once I knew what I wanted to do, then it was like, how do I do this really quickly? And I started reading books. Even then, this is like a few years ago. And as I say, within a very short time, I went to living in America, to studying at one of the most famous schools in America. And I know you look at me, you think white, middle class. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. Nobody paid the fees. I had to find the fees myself. And I had to do, it was huge. And that's another book I'm going to be writing, I think, about how I did that. But I then started to sing, and then, it all started to fall into place. And other things too, shows and things that I've done as an artist in the music business. I decided I wanted to put on shows, and made it happen, very often with no money. I remember in Boston, Massachusetts, where I was a student, I stood at a phone box. It was a phone boxes in those, on the corner outside a drugstore where you could get a breakfast. And I would stand there and I would have all these dimes, and I would be putting the dimes in the phone box to pull together a show, which I then did was as a benefit for a drugs rehab center that a friend of mine was at, and got written up in the Boston Globe as being a healer with practically nuclear energy. That was just one show that I've done hundreds of benefit concerts actually over the years for the NSPCC, for the Samaritans in the UK. These are charities for local charities that needed help with my music. So I know that this really works, and I am now going to be concentrating on teaching that more this year. It's going to be my primary focus, actually, because it seems to me that we need to be able to accelerate the positivity. And this is the thing, I really would like everybody who watches this to really hear what I'm saying about this, that love is the most powerful energy. Love wins. It may not seem like that as you find your way to love, because the things that happen are what we, us, need to learn in order to get to a higher level. And when we're going through those things, it feels like hell sometimes. It really does, because all the old negative stuff comes up, and it feels like, and that's part of it. And that's why it's really important to have a teacher, to have somebody who has walked the walk, who's done it, who knows it works, who can then inspire you, lift you, show you. And there are loads of techniques that you can use, like time bending is an amazing one. I remember when I went to hear Miles Davis, an incredibly famous jazz musician, and played with a lot of with musicians who worked with Miles Davis. And I went to a concert that he was doing, and I mean, that concert that felt like 2 years. It was extraordinary, because that musician, he's a great musician, yes, but he had his energy was so profound that he expanded time. And I've done this myself too, not only in performances, but also in just in the process of creating, you can bend time so that it expands, so that it contracts, whatever you want, as you get better at all these techniques. So what I wanted to share is that this is going to be my main focus for this year. I have studied with many, many teachers, many, many gurus, both face to face and online. And as I say, I have had huge success in manifesting the things that I've wanted in my life. And so whether that's actually money as well, I've always managed to get the money I need to do anything that I've ever wanted to do. I've never been interested particularly in having zillions of pounds, because I've always been more interested in the life experience, and also, what I can do to contribute, and how to channel, how to channel energy, how to fulfill your purpose, how to fulfill your life, how to have peace and happiness in your life. And that's not ever for me been about, pounds, dollars, and euros. Or whatever other currency you might like to think. But, of course, money is important. And the thing is that it just flows, actually, when we get into doing the right techniques in the right way. So, yeah, I am offering a new program this year. And I would encourage you to DM me if you're interested in hearing more about it. Contact me. You'll find me all over the place, and there's phone numbers and emails and addresses, and you can message me, and you'll find me if you really, really want to. So please do, because yeah, it's an exciting life. Once you reach, and it wasn't always like this for me, I assure you, it wasn't always like this. Definitely not. I was plagued with the most awful personal development issues and problems and traumas and depression and illness and all sorts of things. And I applied myself to learning what I needed to learn to turn that around. So anyway, that's it from me. Look forward to hearing from you and supporting you on your journey to creating the life of your dreams.